Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz, Part 3, the Trilogy fight. Conor McGregor right now is the current UFC lightweight champion of the world. He was also the featherweight champion. He relinquished that belt, and he fought some of the most phenomenal fights, some of the most high-selling, most famous fights in UFC history. He really bumped UFC up a notch and took it to that level it had never been before. As soon as he went out there and fought Chad Mendes, the legend just totally metamorphosized. And when he fought Jose Aldo, it was full-blown. It was one of the most famous knockouts that we've ever seen. In 13 seconds, a true legend, a true spectacle went down in history. And up next were the Diaz fights. Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor, and he choked him out in that real famous second round. Fans just lost their minds, and the pay-per-view numbers were through the roof. This fight really sold. Conor McGregor with a belt versus a guy like Nate Diaz was something that everybody just had to see. And then it happened again. And it happened at 170 pounds. Conor McGregor beat Nate Diaz by a majority decision. He won through the skin of his teeth. He won by a smidgen. And Nate Diaz could have won that fight. And the funny thing is that Nate Diaz hasn't fought since then, and Conor McGregor only fought in the Ultimate Fighting Championship once. That's where he won the lightweight title. That's where he knocked out Eddie Alvarez in Madison Square Garden. And Nate Diaz hasn't fought either. Now, Conor McGregor is going to return, and there's a good chance he's going to fight the interim title holder, Tony Ferguson. Now, Conor is a tremendous knockout artist. He hasn't been defeated in the UFC. The only guy who's defeated him is Nate Diaz, so we really want to see this fight. He's got 18 knockouts out of his 21 wins. He's got tremendous left-hand power, and he can put anybody to sleep just by hitting him once. Now, Nate Diaz has been amazing. We remember him winning the Ultimate Fighter, and he's done so much since then. He's got a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu under Cesar Gracie. He's got a second-degree black belt, and he's an amazing submission artist. He's got great hands, too. He's got that Diaz-esque style where he likes to pitter-patter his opponents, talk a lot of smack him around the cage. But if we're going to see the Trilogy fight, guys, and we're going to see it, this fight has to happen. This is a true part of mixed martial arts history, of the UFC's history, and we're going to get to see who runs away with this. If Nate Diaz can go out there and beat Conor McGregor, he's going to put a serious damper on Conor's legacy, and he might walk away with the title. We don't know yet. So, I mean, I know all the fans have been dying to see this ever since the second one. We wanted to see it right away, but do you guys think that it's a good piece of history leaving this fight for later on? And what weight class would you like to see it as? Would you want to see it at 155 pounds? Does that make the most sense? I think this fight will probably happen within a year or two, and I really hope that Conor McGregor still holds the belt when we see it. I think it would be great to see that, to see Nate Diaz have a chance to win the 155-pound title. I don't know, guys. I think this would be a really hard fight to predict. I would probably go with Conor McGregor, but, you know, we saw the first two fights, and we know what these guys can do. We know that it's amazing when these two fight, and anything could happen. So, who knows, right?